Ooh, welcome back to the little record show on the little record network. Some other news and notes. Adam Scott shot 68 today. He still leads the Bay Hill Invitational. Uh, NFL news: Michael Vick signs with the Jets, 1 year, $5 million. In and before they signed Vick, they cut Mark Sanchez, who was the starter until he got hurt and Geno Smith took over. So Mark Sanchez released by the Jets. A major trade today. The Texans traded Matt Schaub to the Raiders for a 6th-round pick in this year's draft. I think the Raiders got themselves a starting quarterback. The Texans, I don't know what they're thinking. Bill Bryant is a quarterback guru. He's worked with Tom Brady, worked with Matt McGloin at Penn State. I think he could have done some good with Schaub. They got good offensive weapons. It looks to me they're not gonna. If I were the Texans, I would take Jadeveon Clowney with the first pick. But to me, it sounds like they're gonna take quarterback and possibly Johnny Manziel with that #1 pick, and I think they're making a mistake. So, let me hear your thoughts on that, on the Raiders trade for Shaw. Who got the better of that deal? And what do you think of the going forward with the Houston Texans? You can just send comments to my page and we'll discuss that. Some college basketball coaching notes. Buzz Williams was the head coach of Marquette. He's no longer the coach of Marquette. He resigned and took the head job at Virginia Tech. 7 years, $18 million. He's just getting almost $3 million a year. And former UConn men's coach Jim Calhoun. Now he's 71 years old, retired from UConn. Reports from ESPN.com are indicating he's interested in the Boston College job. He's from around that area, but my opinion on that is I think Jim Calhoun needs to stay retired. He's 71 years old. I think it's time to let someone else take the reins, but more power to him if he wants to do it. Some Phillies notes. Yesterday they played a split squad game with the Blue Jays and Astros. They beat the Astros in one split squad game yesterday, 6-3. Nobody really did outthink. Bobby Abreu was 3 for 4. Ben Revere was 2 for 5 with a run scored. Bastardo, 2/3 of innings in relief. No runs, hits, no runs, hits, walks, or strikeouts. They lost in Toronto 3-1 against the Blue Jays. Nobody significant really pitched against Toronto, but Rollins was 1 for 3, Utley 1 for 2 with an RBI, Tony Gwynn Jr. 2 for 3 with a run scored, Marlon Bird 0 for 3, Carlos Ruiz was 1 for 3, Mayberry Jr. was 1 for 4. Today they played the Red Sox and they finished in a 2-2 tie. Cliff Lee pitched 6 innings today, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Jonathan Papelbon, 1 inning pitched, a hit, a walk, and 2 Ks. Bastardo, an inning and 1 strikeout, and Jake Diekman, an inning pitched and didn't give up a hit, run, walked anybody, or struck out anybody. Tony Gwynn Jr. 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI. J. Roll 1 for 4 with a run scored. Utley 1 for 4 and Ryan Howard 0 for 3. Johnny Lester pitched for the Red Sox. He went 5 2/3, 4 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. So there you have it. Now, We're going to take a short break. And when we come back, I'm going to give some comments, read some comments from the topic I put up a couple of nights ago. Got some good debate last night. One from a former coach from Millersburg who coached basketball. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to the private school debate. He uh, coached against a Scotland team back in the early 2000s in district final, so he knows what he's talking about there. So we'll do that, and that's how we'll close out the show tonight. And then we'll be back on tomorrow. So when we come back, we'll go over some comments from the people's comments on the parochial school that I put up. This is the Little Rickert Show on the Little Rickert Network.